My name is Mohamad Yassine. I am from Mozambique, Southern Africa. We have a special taste about Mozambique when it comes to peace and trust. Let's say that we had our internal war, actually civil war for more than 16 years, and we managed to achieve peace by our own selves, which means that we did not need the United Nations to come to tell us what shall we do, not even America, not even British. Among ourselves internally, we managed to solve. And we're actually exporting this experience for so many countries. Lately, we had in Southern Africa the issue of Zimbabwe. And where actually, if you try to see English and American people were like, Mugabe, who is actually the president of Zimbabwe, shall go. The main point is the conflict started with the results of the elections on 29 March last year, where actually the opposition leader has won the elections, but he did not get a 50%, which actually gives him the chance to be president. In Southern Africa, we're not actually tackling the issue of Zimbabwe. And we used to say that what we're doing is actually a silent diplomacy. And silent diplomacy in international relations means that we don't take part and we don't talk loud on a way that we're using to solve the conflict. So many countries, including the United Nations, they've tried to solve it, did not succeed. And lately, Mozambique again took the lead, which that was 3 weeks ago. Mozambique took the lead to solve the conflict, which actually we had a first meeting in Zimbabwe, and then we had a meeting in South Africa, where a peace agreement was signed. What I'm trying to tell the others is like, if you don't know the conflict, you cannot be a good mediator. And you cannot be a good mediator if you're taking sides on the conflict. Again, is that the Zimbabwe issue was a sort of internal issue that for you to get involved with, it was not by sitting aside like other countries they were doing and shout. Because we're not aiming at regime change, or we're not actually changing leadership. We're actually trying to solve the problem that they're having by actually putting ourselves in the problem, be a part of the problem, so easily we could solve. And this is what exactly Mozambique did. In a matter of fact, Mozambique and South Africa, they were actually countries that they actually suffered the spillover of the Zimbabwean project. And why? Because we had so many refugees from Zimbabwe coming to Mozambique. But the issue was like, it was not actually the right time to intervene and solve the problem. The problem is there, and everyone was screaming that is right, and we said, let us see up to when they can try to solve by themselves. If they can't, then we'll join. And actually, we did join. Religion leaders, they got involved. They were not being kind of like taking position or Mugabe or Tsvangirai. Peace ambassadors like myself, we got involved, and we said, let us sit down and you bring your position, and other side, Mugabe also can bring his position as a government. And we said, everything that you're saying, we give it value. And then we started from there. We said, English people, they're wrong, or American people, they're wrong when they say that Mugabe, which is the president of Zimbabwe, he must go. He shall not be a part of the solution. We said, no. You've been a part of the problem, you must be a part of the solution. And again, we said, for you to be a part of the solution, you should not look at with whom are you having the problem, but look at the problem itself, which means transcending from a personal issue into a community issue. And when they managed to do that, we realized that the differences are very little. And as a result of that, yesterday, the opposition leader has taken an oath as the prime minister, which that it means that the government had accepted to amend the constitution in order to have a prime minister. And the prime minister also had to play according to what SADC region leadership wanted, which means that we do not want aggressiveness in conflict management and conflict resolution, but we want the position, and we will just challenge the position. And we said, those governments that are forcing a regime change in Africa, they shall not succeed, because African leaders by themselves now they're capable to solve the problem. As a matter of fact, this Zimbabwean problem that has been going all flagged and all those news for more than a year, it was not solved by the African Union Security Council, but the SADC Region Security Council, which means that we did not take the problem to that level. We managed to solve it by our own traditional way. And thank you very much.
I want you to say a little bit about the fact that America and the UK took 1 year, and you said to them, give us 1 week, or something like that.
The important point is that for the UK, the issue was more like why Zimbabwe is actually expelling the white farmers. But for Zimbabwean, the issue was not like that. The issue was like we have conquered the country. The country is our. Let's redistribute the land that you have, so other people also that they don't have resources can at least use the land. Because if you try to see what the most we have in Africa as a resource is the land that we have. And for United States was like the Zimbabweans, they're actually changing the agreement that they had with England. And we said no, it's not changing the agreement. It's for you also to give opportunities for others that they don't have. And for 1 year, almost 1 year, English, they've been singing, Robert Mugabe must go. Sanctions against Zimbabwe. European Union, all those countries. George Bush closing doors for Zimbabwe. For 1 year, sanctions did not work. And why sanctions did not work? Because the SADC region, they were not in accord with the sanctions, did not agree with the sanction. So you close Zimbabwe as European Union, but we open the doors for Zimbabwe internally, as SADC region. And again, sanctions could not work. Zimbabwe is looking upon as a socialist country. You have Russia, you have Cuba, you have China, you have all the socialist countries, including Angola, saying we back you up in the problem. But when the issue was given to SADC region, we said, give us a week. That was the 3rd of January to the 9th, and we had agreement. And yesterday, the Prime Minister has taken off. Which means that we don't need, most of the time, if you don't understand the conflict, although you're taking side, you better stay out of it. And thank you.
Thank you very much.